Moving on.
He's whatever. And I remember saying to him, so he's posting these things while we're on FaceTime. And I remember saying to X, I said, X, this is after he posted about Drake's mom. I said, X, you literally told me that you felt Drake had enough power to get you out of jail by just showing support. Why are you then playing with his mother? If you think he's that powerful to get you out of jail,
I'm struggling.
What do you think he could do to you? And he's like, yeah, actually you're right. Everybody's now like running the whole internet because X was one of the most popular artists of all time. If you ask me, the peak that X got to, I don't think Uzi's ever been there. I don't think Juice WRLD's ever been there. And we're talking about pre-death. Like there was a moment that he's so white, lightning hot. I've never seen it before. I think there was a time where he got into it with WorldStar and he told his fans to unfollow WorldStar and like they lost like 2 million followers. Like this guy had so much tremendous power. In terms of a young artist, we've never seen something like that before. Subsequently and ironically, that's actually, one of the first times me and Drake started communicating as well. Because Drake reached out to me and Drake was just like, yo, Ak. I forgot what had happened and he was just like, yo, bro, I'm not trying to antagonize X. And for me, that meant a lot. I'm gonna tell you what. Drake doesn't even fuck about no artist. You know what I mean? But like Drake's the biggest artist. But X's fans was on this nigga's ass so much that the nigga reached, I forgot what it was, he did something. And he reached out to me and said, bro, please, could you clear it up? I'm not getting at this guy. He was basically saying, I'm not dissing X. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. X's fans is going so ridiculously bonkers at Drake that Drake has to reach out. Like, put like this, they call him all type of shit right now. Drake he's ignoring it. Obviously, he's matured since then, and whatever. He probably knows how to deal with controversy a little bit better. We hope, even though it doesn't look like it. But that's how crazy X's fan base was. To be very clear and very blunt, and whether y'all believe it now or whether y'all just got into hip hop, let me just say this unequivocally. X was the only artist reasonably that could have possibly dethroned Drake in the last 6 years.
Check my DM.
Whoever you're thinking, no. X was the only one. And I do believe Drake knew that. Now, I don't think Drake thought that was ever close, but I think Drake saw the unanimous, like, outrageous amount of power that he wielded. Like, X really was the guy. And I think he reacted accordingly, right? So, so after I told him, I said, bro, if you think the guy could put you in jail, like, well, why are you playing with his mom? Or posted shit about his mom, and he said, you're right. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just say I'm hacked. So he posted some shit saying it was hacked. Every rapper does that. Anytime a rapper say they got hacked, most likely they didn't get hacked. Especially now, if it's some random shit, maybe they did. But if it's some shit that we know you don't fuck with Gunna, you ain't get hacked. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Young Thug there. So he posted basically that he got hacked, and then he posted, if anything happens to me, Drake did it. And that was simply the whole context to that post. He had no conversation with Drake. Him and Drake were not going back and forth actively beefing. He didn't feel threatened by Drake, but he was a troll. He was definitely a troll. Posted a nude picture of the dude and then started posting about his mother. That's it. Okay? Somebody said Juice was goated. With all due respect, we love Juice WRLD. We're talking about peak red hotness. Peak red hotness. Juice has never touched that level. I've never seen nobody do it. I'll give you another comparison because I've been actually arguing this. I was arguing with some people last night. It was actually so interesting, but longer story. I don't want to go off thing. Y'all watch Kai tonight, right? Today's his last day for Subathon. With all due respect to Kai tonight, and I love Kai. Peak red hotness. Kai, if you ask me, has never been, nobody has been ever in the streaming era, been hotter than Ninja Prime Fortnite. Okay? Prime Fortnite. No one has ever, okay? Let's see. Hold on. My bad. Just got some. Gotta get. Hold on. Okay. So let me. Somebody said Drake text me. No.
What?
I have a package. That's what it is. I was communicating with them.
Hold on. I'm finding something else. Oh shit. What? I'm sorry. It's something else. But oh my. Damn it! I didn't. Down with them videos. Oh man, does somebody has this video? Fuck! I got some of them, but I didn't get all of them. Oh
The package. Anyway, yo, here's the thing. Does anybody remember? Somebody says Kai just beat who? Nah, bro. No. Kai's the GOAT of streaming. He's the GOAT. Kai has the most subs. Got that. Peak Ninja.
Breaking news. The national debt has just surpassed $35 trillion. the S&P 500, NASDAQ.
A fortnight, the nigga was averaging every day with no guest, 300,000 people watching him. It was disgusting. That's my point. That's like, again, obviously streaming has changed since then. It just changed. But you have to realize Ninja was so popping that without a guest every day, and obviously I know he doesn't own the sub record, but you have to realize he wasn't doing subathons. He was just streaming regularly. But every time he got on, he was getting 250,000 to 300,000 people by himself. I remember when Drake went on the stream, they got over like 600,000 stream. You get what I'm saying? I hope y'all understand, like, you know, just that idea. So overall, as a streamer, Kai is a bigger streamer than Ninja. But that one moment, let's say that's 6 months in time, when Fortnite and Ninja was like going ridiculously crazy. I don't think anyone in streaming has ever got to that. You get what I'm saying? You think I'm saying cap?
No.
I'm really wondering why y'all think this happened. He was averaging per.
No, god damn it, I didn't get those videos. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on. Fuck! Something told me to get them down. Oh man, I hope somebody has them. Fuck. Damn it.
Stream 200,000, like 200, 300,000. Kai without a subathon doesn't average that, and that's being respectful. Anyway, let me play this real quick. I gotta go to my friend door. Hold on.
I laid out in extreme detail all of my defense witnesses list.
No, something happened that y'all don't. It deals with something else. Damn it. My bad, y'all. My bad. I just got some news. Damn.
Which included many rappers, because at the end of the day, the victim in this case was a rapper. He had feuds, ongoing public feuds with not only Drake, but a lot of rappers that are either signed to OVO or related to Drake in some way, including 600 Breezy, which is a Chicago-based rapper, and a rapper that's from Toronto by the name of, he goes by Top 5, which is Hassan Ali. And I had to lay that all out in detail. The court was fully aware of my theory of defense. Prior to that, I filed a motion to perpetuate the testimony of Livingston Allen, which goes by the name of DJ Akademiks, because DJ Akademiks was friends with X and had posted long YouTube, content regarding this beef. He actually posted YouTube saying that he was on the phone with X discussing the issue and the beef that he had with Drake, and specifically, X had either said or posted something about Drake's mom, and he had posted a picture of a Drake lookalike with semen on his face. And he wanted DJ Akademiks to post it on his own site, and he said, I'm not going to do that. And in that conversation, DJ Akademiks says that you better content regarding this beef. He actually posted YouTube saying that he was on the phone with X discussing the issue and the beef that he had with Drake, and specifically, X had either said or posted something about Drake's mom, and he had posted a picture of a Drake lookalike.
Actually, and I'm sorry, by the way. I want to stand corrected because I like to be factual. Yeah, so I stand corrected. I thought Ninja was averaging like 200, 300,000. No guests, because Fortnite was so popular. They claimed that he was only averaging like 80,000, which pretty good. But like I thought he was averaging hundreds of thousands without, guests. Guess he wasn't. So if that's the case, stand corrected. And by the way, granted, overall, Kai's the GOAT. Like, I mean, come on.
With semen on his face. And he wanted DJ Akademiks to post it on his own site, and he said, I'm not going to do that. And in that conversation, DJ Akademiks says that you better be careful because even though, and I'm paraphrasing again, even though he's not a gangster, you may be pushing him. As a reaction to that conversation, X goes and says that he takes it out off the post off of his website or off of IG, and he says that his Instagram was hacked. I laid that out as a motion to
this guy got good memory. Exactly what I said.
Perpetuate the testimony, which a motion to perpetuate testimony is when you have a witness that is relevant to your defense and that lives beyond
none of that's relevant, though, if you ask me.
The jurisdictional limits of the court, and that you feel that you're not going to be able to bring them into court. So I'm basically asking the court to allow me to go to California or wherever I have to go, depose this individual, and now with his deposition, if he doesn't show up, I could use it in my defense or in my case in chief, right? So I did that, argued it to the court, and the court, in a reaction, basically said, I'm not going to grant your motion to perpetuate testimony, just take his depo. Let's just take it. So, okay, fine. I set a notice of hearing, went and served Drake in his castle in Beverly Hills.
There's something that you mentioned, and I want to talk about this. So first of all, there was this deposition that was taken of XXXTentacion's mother, Cleopatra Bernard. She testified that Onfroy had this ongoing feud with Mr. Graham, Aubrey Graham, Drake. She said this feud with Graham included throwing shots at Onfroy and lyrics from one of Graham's songs. You mentioned that controversial statement that he made, if anyone tries to kill me, it was champagne poppy. The question I want to start with as we get into the Drake conversation, were you arguing, or his appellate attorneys arguing that Drake was a part of this killing, that he was the one who did this, or are you arguing that it should have just been allowed? You should have been allowed to present evidence to suggest there were other potential leads that law enforcement really didn't look at.
When I see you stand by you see two bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might pop ass with them.
Yeah, I know. That's what I got.
Anonymous tipped $5.
Yeah.
Quick sector news interruption.
Yeah,
the Glow
I know.
channel was terminated for community guideline violation.
That's what I'm just finding out right now because CP3 just told me to check my Instagram. I just checked it, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Hey, whoever that Anonymous is, hey, what the fuck, man? I didn't get all those videos. Fuck. Damn it. Sorry, y'all. This got to do with something else. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened. So, but I'm trying to do two things at once. Fuck.
Or that just it wasn't looked into and it shows a sloppy investigation and not a fair trial?
Well, in the brief and in what I was arguing in court is the latter. We are a defendant has every right to defend himself and to show reasonable doubt wherever it may be, and to fully investigate and articulate to a jury an alternate shooter defense or an alternate, a defense where someone else, committed this crime. Am I going to sit here and tell you that Drake was holding a gun or Drake? But the facts, as they are stated by X.
Now watch, people gonna blame me. Oh, then I ain't do nothing. Y'all see me online? I ain't do nothing. But watch, they blame me. Nah, man. And they're gonna try to blame me for it. I ain't do a motherfucking thing.
His own mother is that she knew about the beef with Drake and with Migos. She knew about the violence between Migos and her son, where there was a violent episode. She knew about 600 Breezy, which is a known admitted gang member from Chicago, going to South Florida and posting on social media saying that he's blicked up, which means that I have a gun, and she was concerned about it. She testified in the depot that she discussed it with her son. She testified that the reason that she wanted additional security with him the day he died was because of this beef with Migos and everything that we're discussing. So it was relevant. And for many months during the trial, January, February, even February 7th of 2023, the judge is agreeing with me. Okay, now there comes a moment and a hearing. He goes ahead and Drake hires after the judge enters.
I think Drake has Bradford Cohen go in court for him to squash it.
A rule to show cause, basically saying a purge date. You have to appear for depot on this day, or I'm going to do a writ of bodily attachment. He then goes and hires Brad Cohen, a friend of the show, friend of mine as well, an excellent attorney. And Brad files several motions to quash the subpoena, and he files a motion for protective order. We go back and forth, and the judge says, and the first time that Brad shows up to court, he says, you know what, I'm gonna quash the rule to show cause. He's hired counsel. You guys can communicate and figure out when this step was gonna happen. Okay, so we go back and forth.
My energy bill dropped from $150 to $50 by doing this. Hi guys, I just want to share a quick and simple technique that anyone can use to lower their energy consumption. This method can essentially cut your energy bill in half by optimizing your home's energy grid. It lowers your energy bill by anywhere from 20% to 50% by bypassing the spikes in your home's current.
We can't agree to it for various reasons, and I'm not going to get into settlement negotiations on the show, but we can't agree. We go into court February 24th, I believe, on his motions. At that time, James Beard, which is the process server that served Drake, appeared as a witness, and I wanted to show video that he took of the actual attempted service, where it shows Drake's bodyguards, or the people that are in front of his house, refusing to cooperate. It showed one of Drake's employees kicking the subpoena down the road that leads to his mansion, and the judge didn't allow me to show that. Despite not allowing me to put forth that evidence, the judge did a 180 from telling me to figure it out, coordinate it, take the depot, did a 180, told me, why are you involving him? Granted the motion for protective order, granted the motion to quash my subpoena, allowed Mr. Cohen to argue California law without having a California expert there, and basically kind of chastised me about why are you bringing them into it. And as a matter of fact, we had taken the deposition of one of X's relatives regarding this beef, and she denied it. And the court said in open court, even his relative said that it didn't exist. And I said, yeah, well, she's lying, because the whole world knows about this beef. So for her to sit here and say that she didn't know about it it's on her credibility. So despite all of this, he does a 180.
This guy is trying to relitigate the situation. I'll give you the short with it. The way how the law works is, and by the way, this was all taxpayers' money. So who knows? They probably wasted thousands of dollars paying some guy to sit outside my house. I just call it security, okay? You'll just be the extra security outside the crib. Because you're a process server, you're not going to see me, right? You're not going to see me coming or leaving. You're not going to serve me, right? And the only reason I didn't duck service, because, that would be unethical. But all of this was being paid for by the tax-paying citizens of Florida. Wow. You talk about redundancy. The tax-paying citizens of Florida had to pay for this guy.
I know, Drew. I got to focus, right?
A defense strategy that included chasing rappers, celebrities, media personalities around and trying to bring them to court to depose him.
Talk about
now, he's right. So basically, the judge said, yo, you can't get all of these guys who are high profile people to show up to court as your witnesses. This is going to take all fucking year. If you need to do that, go get a deposition from them. And if then that deposition becomes material to the case, maybe at that point we could push it up further to get these guys in court, right? Because you got to imagine, I don't live in Florida. Drake doesn't live in Florida. Takeoff didn't live in Florida. Joe Budden doesn't live in Florida. So anyway, what eventually happens is that he claims that he tried to serve Drake multiple times. And this is the part he's leaving out. This is state court, not federal court. And also, you're not a federal officer or even a law enforcement officer. You're just a lawyer, a defense attorney at that. So he brings the situation to this judge and he says, yo, we have to force Drake to get here. Now, this judge, he has zero power of forcing a resident outside of Florida to show up in court. Okay? Now, we could put a subpoena in, but that subpoena means nothing if the person's not a resident. Essentially, a court in California would have to review a subpoena, then choose whether to respect it and force their resident to then acknowledge that subpoena. Keep in mind, this is not a warrant. This is nothing like that. This is, you're supposed to be deposed as a witness, right? In I guess you could call it an investigation that's being held by this defense attorney. So this judge kind of told him like, yo, I can't force Drake to come. Yeah, it's going to take a lot more and we got to go through California courts. And bro, that's going to take forever. Like, are we going to do this case or not? So that's when Drake hires a lawyer. They kind of figure it out, but Drake is still saying no. Why? Drake doesn't want to get deposed. In a deposition, we've all seen this deposition, right? Like the Lil Wayne deposition. This deposition was jokes, right?
The album, the Carter. What's the name of it?
Yeah, so that's exactly what it would have been, right? Now, granted, it would have probably been on Zoom, but yeah, they would have recorded that shit. You would have heard all type of stuff. So Drake, he paid money to get his lawyer to kind of like fend that off. So this guy's talking about how he's like he was restricted. It's like, no, the judge tried to help you out. It's just that he can't force celebrities, number one, who are going to have a lawyer, good lawyer, Bradford Cohen, the best, and also people that don't live in the state to come run, jump, and adhere to your subpoena for deposition.
He not only grants the motion for protective order, basically saying that I can now serve him again,
okay,
and quashes the subpoena, but the state attorney, sensing there's blood in the water, says, Judge, I'm going to renew my motion to strike all his witnesses, okay? Or tennis, no notice, and he says, I'm not going to do that, but I am going to strike Mr. Graham. So he struck, in the middle of the trial, he struck Drake from my witness list, which is completely inappropriate, considering the history of the case.
Talk to me real quick about why you think the judge did this, because in the appellate brief, and correct me if I'm wrong, there is an accusation that the court might have been biased because of Drake's celebrity status. Correct me if that allegation is wrong. And in your opinion, why do you believe the court ultimately wouldn't allow the deposition of Drake?
I'll say that Judge Usman was a complete gentleman to me, and it was a pleasure to try the case in front of him. I do think that he made various reversible errors, and I think from the beginning he made a lot of calls that were unconstitutional, not legal, this being one of them. I don't want to speculate as to why, but when you're dealing with someone like Drake, which he's not a celebrity, he's a super celebrity. He's like in the stratosphere of fame. So when a judge does a 180 like that, I'll let the viewers or other people figure out why they think that it happened. But I'm not gonna speculate as to why it happened. But
I get that. I do want to ask you about this because this is another part of the appeal, and that is with respect to the testimony of this gang expert, which was excluded in a pretrial hearing. And the defense, my understanding, wanted to call Jesse Dela Cruz, who they had claimed, discovered visual evidence that Drake could have had ties to the same organization as a co-defendant in this case, Robert Allen. And I believe the brief states Dr. Cruz's research revealed photos of Mr. Graham throwing the same gang signs as Allen, and Allen is that accomplice, so I mentioned before, who testified against his co-defendants. But Cruz also revealed that people who knew Drake were allegedly seen in XXXTentacion's neighborhood threatening him before he died. The brief reads, social media posts.
When I see you stand by 600, you see two bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. There's real competition. You might pop ass with them.
Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Get it sexy.
Anonymous tipped $5. D. Focus Nicker. Your facial expressions are screaming you got action. Can't wait for the beef.
I'm trying to. All right.
Drake BTW.
All right. We gotta focus. All right, we gotta focus. What? All right, yeah, we'll focus.
In Envoy's neighborhood, threatening him just prior to the murder. And they say even more revealing is this connection that Cruz made to Drake's song lyrics, because shortly after XXX was killed, the brief writes, Mr. Graham released a song entitled XXX with suspicious lyrics, SMS XXX, that's the only time I shot below the neck, and Dr. Cruz found another connection between the murder.
Appropriate for an expert to
all right, yeah, Drake, that was stupid. Play stupid games, you might win stupid prizes. Yeah, you don't want to play around all the time, because you might get yourself caught in a little situation. But that was definitely corny. Why would you even? Nah, bro. Like, you can't do something and say, "Oh, I'm just trolling." That's so funny. I'm sorry, it's a little side jokes. If you know, you know. If you don't, you can be like, "What the hell is he doing?" Don't even worry about it. But Yeah, that is definitely Drake like self-incriminating himself. We got a lot of people that self-incriminate themselves on YouTube. Fucking dummies. We got a lot of people that self-incriminate and snitch on themselves just for clicks and views. People do anything for clout. And I say this all the time, boy, clout needs to be classified as a drug, boy. People would do strange things for a piece of change, boy. Lord have mercy. So yeah, Drake, you a dumbass. You play dumb games, you might win dumb prizes. Holy moly.